Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing His word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, shalom. Brother Arrow from the JMS Jamaica camp, and just want, as we say, continue on this series, hey, it's heavy. Or the Lord have the apostles, the spirit for have brothers show what it really means to be to be an elder, and for sure that the Most High, when the Most High set up somebody, Him always do it for a reason, and He does have to work off of the order where the Most High set. We know we've been harping on the point as it pertains to the whole thing. I've done a couple of videos on the point, but the more the more I meditate upon it and the more I check the scriptures, it's just that the Spirit just have me, I'll go into it, right? So because I'll continue with the Spirit, right? So this is from the King James, the website King James Bible online.org, and this is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 45, because we're going to show what happened as it pertains to the Most High, or Most High do things, and when they don't follow the order, how things can really happen to you, right? Now it says Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 45, verse 1. And he brought out of him a merciful man, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of God and men, whose memorial is blessed. Right? So Moses did even have a reputation, and the Most High him basically find favor in him, right? Or him find favor in the Most High. Basically the Most High see him, and basically the basically love him, right? It says, verse 2, it says, He made him like to the glorious saints and magnified him, right? So that his enemies stood in fear of him. And that, as we said in our previous videos, the elders, them never really put at the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, magnify the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, right? So you trying to be an elder is not a thing where you can basically bring on to yourself, right? The Lord have to be the one who actually lift you up, as the scripture say, he that exalted himself shall be abased. And a lot of we just have a feeling through the Spirit say, a lot of men basically get hurt based off of what was said, right? And basically I get emotional because maybe somebody used to call him elder and then realize say, nobody now call me elder anymore, or some shit like that, some basic, that are some effeminate bullshit thing, This thing is not about position, or there is order, but it's not about position, so to speak. It's more about the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. As the apostles them tell you, you're not have to be an elder to be delivered. That's not a requirement of being delivered. But whatever the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Makab, what I put upon you, I just eat that. Right? So verse 2 again, He made him like to the glorious saints and magnified him, so that his enemies stood in fear of him. Right? He go down and show some things where Moses do, right? Verse 4 it says, because I'm going to jump around, He sanctified him in his faithfulness and meekness, and chose him out of all men, right? So faithfulness and meekness, so your zeal towards this thing, when I say faith without works is dead, your zeal towards this thing will basically show your faith, and the meekness have to do with the character, So you being faithful and having a good character, hence the apostles them say, men of good standing, you basically the Most High will exalt you. And you can also be of good zeal and of good character, but your lot is just not to be an elder, right? Verse 6, He exalted Aaron, an holy man like unto him, even his brother of the tribe of Levi. So that are the order, especially in the house of Moses and Aaron were basically, Moses was over all of Israel, and Aaron was basically choice of the priest, because the Most High separate Aaron unto him, or the house of Levi unto him, for minister unto him. But over all of the house of Levi, you had here Aaron, right? You did listen on that previously as well, right? It says, an everlasting covenant He made with him, and gave him the priesthood among the people, right? He beautified him with comely ornaments and clothed him with a robe of glory, right? And it'll go down and explain a few things, but the point is right at verse 13. Before him there were none such, neither did ever any stranger put them on, but only his children and his children's children perpetually, right? And you can in the scriptures you found men where they have a problem with that, where have a problem say, at the house a Levi for minister unto the Most High, and also the whole fact say Aaron at the high priest. But because Aaron and Moses, their brother, them they look on the corner and say, yo, them a try rule Israel, right? But we will get into that later on in the lesson, right? Verse 4. Their sacrifices shall be wholly consumed every day, twice continually, right? Verse 15. Moses consecrated him and anointed him with holy oil. This was appointed unto him by the everlasting covenant. So he was appointed, right? By who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And his seed, unto his seed, so long as the heavens should remain, and that they should minister unto him and execute the office of the priesthood and bless the people in his name, right? So basically it was an office that was given unto them, the office of priesthood, right? And even the apostles them say, yo, if you get the office of an elder, hey, it's not a joke thing, it's something where we come with a lot of work, and also it's not something you just throw to every and anybody, it's something, in a sense you can say it was earned because of the character of them they have. The Most High find favor upon them and basically put them give them that office. But on another level, basically it's all preordained, and that's the Most High they want to go. So there's reason on a lower level, hey, through them countenance, them character, and them mind, them heart, the Most High basically choose them. Right? Verse 16, he chose him out of all the men living to offer sacrifices to Yahweh, incense, and a sweet savor for a memorial, to make reconciliation for his people. Right? He go down and it says he gave unto him his commandments and authority. See that? He gave unto him his commandments and authority in the statutes of his judgments, that he should teach Jacob the testimonies and inform Israel in his laws. Who do that now, yo? Through the Spirit. Right? The apostles and elders of Great Millstone do that through the Spirit, yo. So them can they basically them at the level now where them can appoint who is an elder from who is not an elder. Right? As the apostle they go in yo, the underlings can't appoint who's supposed to rule. I the one them up at top make the decisions and say, oh, who fit for rule from who no fit for rule, or who fit be an elder, or who fit be a captain, or basically the ones up the men of authority give out the offices based upon the Spirit where Yahweh Hashem Yahushai embrace upon them. Because the Lord are gonna give them spirit to see who able to do certain things. Hey, we Jet Rule said to Moses, yo, which was through the Spirit. Him say, yo, make say you choose men of fifth of thousands and of fifties, and so even though at the Lord they did it ultimately, but who him used to do it? Him used Moses to do it. Same sort of today, yo. When the orders are set up, who the Most High are gonna do it through? Through this in reincarnation, Moses is here, or Moses was here, but who might use now as a man to actually set up the order within Israel, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And if you have a problem with that, then you can just leave, as Apostle Aramla clearly states, and I'm sure all the other apostles and the sincere brothers have the same sentiment. If you don't want to roll with the flex, you can just cut. Right? Verse 18, strangers conspired together against him and maligned him in the wilderness, even the men that were of Datan's and Abiram's side, and the congregation of Korah, which basically Korah, right, with fury and wrath, right? So they basically, just like how now you have the scoffers and the scorners attack shit, right? Men that were of us, where all of a sudden them know more than the apostles and the elders, them, and all of a sudden, yo, this not right and that not right, and them come to set things straight, a bunch of novices, right? They basically them come up and they say with what? With fury and wrath. Right? Them conspire. Hey, them are called with pedophiles, them are called with bums, right? Them are called ass kissers, men pleasers. All of a sudden order is just order is a way if you say yo ass kissing yo. It's not about edifying and building and having a firm structure so the house can stand. All of a sudden it's something bad. Right? So we read that again, strangers conspired together against him and maligned him in the wilderness, even the men that were of Dathan's and Abiram's side and of the congregation of Korah with fury and wrath. And we see that play out today, yo. Hey, wherever you have the men of the Lord that set up things in order, you're going to always have niggas, yo, at all times. Right? Verse 19, this Yahweh saw, and it displeased him, and in his wrathful indignation were they consumed, he did wonders upon them to consume them with the fiery flame. Right? But he made Aaron more honorable and gave him an heritage and divided unto him the first fruits of the increase, especially he prepared bread in abundance. Right? So hey, that was it on this, yo. So you can see it right here how them basically they come up against Aaron and Moses, right? And the Lord basically confound them. Now we're gonna get that, right? And jump around as well, right? Lord willing, this not go too long, right? So this is Numbers 16 verse 1. And now Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliba and On, and the sons of Pelet, the sons of Reuben, took men, right? And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. So you have certain men, them basically start come up in the spirit now, or them start teaching like them start get on a level and men start recognize them and say, yeah, the brother they can teach good, or basically men start that knowledge, so them lessons them edifying and thing, and them all of a sudden them get big headed and them to become elder now, or them to become this now, or them to become that now, or automatically if you have authority, men for look up to me, men for do this, men. No. The order is set. And unless you get appointed, sit your ass down. Right? Verse 3, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take up too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and your hour is among them. Right? So that time I say, yo, just like how the Mosiah head, that them say, just like how the Yahweh Hashem Yahshua deal with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, he might deal with it too. Like why the Mosiah just deal with the apostles and elders and them not deal with we? Right? That are the sentiments of Korah and the congregation they have. Say, yo, the Mosiah deal with every one of them in Israel. Whereas them are these so-called renowned men. Right? Them get big headed. Hey, the Lord are deal with it, so not take up too much power no. Even that wicked nigga Alize, I say, yo, the elders them reach the age of retirement, just like in the book of Numbers. But hey, as Apostle Gabar said perfectly, Yahweh shall never retire, yo. So them not retire. What kind of retire talk about? We're talking about for work towards salvation. Right? Them for just live about 30 plus years in this and they say, alright, at the last and them for just go sit down and retire. Hey, that show what you would do, Alice say. You know, basically give up on the congregation and say, oh, the younger man, them don't know shit what them do. They know them head from them ass and have enough experience to properly guide the body if lead with down the wrong path, yo. Because these men experience teach them and talk for them. Right? It's Slack, yeah. It says, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take up too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of Yahweh. So basically them start accuse them, say, not try run anything out, not try let in nobody if you be an elder and all like that. It's all about you guys. When really and truly, as we read in Ecclesiasticus, Yahweh, Washem Yahweh Shai, Washem Rakak, Dash, are the one who actually set them up. Right? The most are the one where they appoint them. They never appoint themselves, and then the Lord tell them how the things will run. So when them they run it, they run it, or the Lord tell them to run it. And but make it worse, them are pre-carnal because Moses and Aaron they are brother. So them feel like say yo, it's a family thing, yo, them are pre-carnal. Right? Verse 4, and when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and basically going to show say yo, Moses tell him say yo, you pick up on the sensors and come, and we are gonna put up with sensors and we are gonna see who the Most High are gonna accept it from. And anyone where him accept it from, it will show say yo, them the Most High chose. Right? So brothers can read through the chapter on them own, basically just skip around and get the main points. Right? Verse 8, and Moses said unto Korah, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seem it but a small thing unto you that the God of Israel had separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near unto himself, and to do the service of the tabernacle of Yahweh, and to stand before the congregation, and to minister unto them. And he brought thee near to him all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both you and thy company are gathered together against Yahweh. And what is Aaron that he murmur against him? So Moses tell them straight, say, uno want to be part of the priesthood. And as we read up more, he said that even the sons of Reuben were among it as well, right? Where it was specifically told that it was of the house of Levi that would be the priesthood. They tell him, say, look, Yahweh want to come up against, who is Aaron? What is Aaron? So much say, the apostles always say, we can't save him, we are just men. So, I humbly say, who are the apostles that you should murmur against them? They are just men. But nevertheless, they are men that are chosen by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hence them in the position. So if you are murmur against them, really and truly, and really them you are murmur against. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because at the end of the day, hey, you can't do one or do yo. The apostles and the elders them now are killing or doing or devising a punishment or whatever. All that will come from the Lord. So basically, we not come against the wrong the wrong people, yo. Right? Them get set up by Yahweh Hashem Shai. So instead of watch the men, them follow the order. Just like when Yahweh Shai say, yo, if when them speak against you or them come up against you, the world hate him before them hate you. So really and truly, under the apostles or elders when I come up against, under the apostles or elders when they hate Yahweh Hashem Shai because they don't despise them order. Right? Verse 12, and Moses sent to call Dathan, basically them come up, them bring up them verse 15, and Moses was very wroth, and basically them say something, basically them must say Moses, them come up and say, what gonna happen is when them go into the land, Moses them basically I go start take things from them, basically become lord over them and basically come up against them, moreover, thou hast brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or has given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? Will we not come up? Basically, them say, Salakia, verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk of honey, to kill us in the wilderness? So them start accuse Moses, so him bring them into the wilderness to kill them. Except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. Right? So them say, them build them from Egypt just to be a ruler over them, Right? He said, moreover, thou hast not brought us up out of us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. So basically, them start accuse Moses, say of just like them say the elders, them use scare tactic and all them thing there, right? I don't want nobody else to rule or nobody. If you have that spirit there, repent, and get in line. Right? Verse 15, and Moses was very wroth and said unto Yahweh, respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. Right? So even Moses just put a curse upon them, and when the apostles and elders them put curses upon wicked niggas, they say, oh, you're here to wear this and that. So I guess Moses was being wicked right here. right? Going to the next point, right? Basically, them get judged. The most I consume them, make an earthquake, suck them upon everything. The one where they are trying to lead, and here what the wicked niggas where they are follow them say afterwards, and the most I do, right? Basically, the man them house gets swallowed up. Says It says, and verse 39, Eleazar the priest took the brassen censers wherewith they were burnt, wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron shall come near to offer incense before Yahweh, and that it be not as Korah and his company, as Yahweh said to him by the hand of Moses. Right? Verse 41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of Yahweh. Right? So even though they might be wicked and the Most High jack them up, then basically I say Moses and Aaron, them basically them still think it's a fight out thing or it's a crab in a barrel thing. Right? And it came to pass that when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked towards the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of Yahweh appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. Right? And right away, if you read the story, Moses and Aaron begged for them, even though them come up against them, yo. And them beg for them, because the most idea will basically jack them up, even though them just they talk shit about them. And just like you have now, we have some men draft disciples for follow them, and basically them get jack up, and the disciples them get jack up, yo. Just like what you say in Ezekiel. See how the deceiver and the deceiver is. Basically, more destroy the deceiver, and all of them will follow the deceiver. Right? Roughly paraphrasing. So hey, if you have that sentiment, yo, you need to get out of that spirit, repent. If not, hey, you have the example of Korah and him